Hi everybody, I'm ParadoxJ77, and today I'm going to show you how I edit my videos after recording the gameplay. First I go into the folder where I have my recorded video. So I'm going to right click on that file. This is the file here. Actually, if I open it up in Windows Media Player, you can see this is my video. So the first thing I need to do is extract the audio stream. What this is going to do is pull the separate tracks that I recorded in DxTory, the separate audio sources, out. So I'm going to have a track for gameplay, the game audio, and also one for my commentary. So I can edit them separately and raise and lower their levels individually, and start and stop them where I want to. So now I've got the three of them here. So now that I've done that, I need to go into my videos folder, and I need to go into my debut folder where I store my video, and I don't remember, I think it was this one. Yes. So I need to find my video that I recorded from debut, and unfortunately it doesn't play well with Adobe Premiere. So what I do is I convert it using iSkySoft Media Converter. I'm sure there are other converters out there, and you may actually have a different way of doing this. If you do, and it's an easier way, let me know. But right now, if I imported this AVI file into Premiere, it would just show up as a black square. So I'm going to convert that right now, and I'll skip ahead so you guys don't have to wait. But I just take the AVI and I output it to an MP4. Okay, so now our file is converted, and so now instead of an AVI I have the MP4. And if we open it up, you can see there's the file there in Media Converter Deluxe. Okay, so let me close this up, and let me close this up. So now we've got all of our source files in the format we want them. We have our audio extracted into 2 tracks, the WAV files, and then we also have our video. So I'm going to come in here and create a new project. Let's just call this one demonstration. And so the first thing we need to do is come over to our source tabs and start adding some sources. Oh, my bad. Come over to my project tab and start adding some sources. So we're going to add the video file and the 2 extracted audio files from our DxTory directory. We're then going to add our facecam video, and I also have set up a new video kit where I have my intro and outro, intro video and outro image, still, I guess, that I add to every video. And so the first thing I do is just drag my intro down, and it'll just start a new stream here. And you can see if I were to play this, okay, there that is, but it's allowed for what I like. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of this clip. I'm going to select this guy, and actually I'm going to use my tool down here to set the scale so a little bit bigger here. I can click on things a little easier. So now that I've selected my audio here and I'm at the beginning of it, I'm going to go into the effects. I'm going to click volume, extend it down. I'm going to set a keyframe right here, and I'm going to click and drag to the right. I'm sorry, drag to the left and try to make this quieter. So I'm going to knock it down 20.7 decibels. So let's play through that. And much better. So that'll happen throughout that track. So that's good. So now I'm going to bring it back out a little bit so I can move my intro down a little bit. Go back to my project here, and I'm going to start with grabbing the video. So I'm going to grab the video of the gameplay, and you'll notice it snaps right here when it's in place, and then you'll see the two little cursors. It tells you that they're lined up when there's two halves of the arrow sitting there. So I don't use the combined track that comes in the audio in the video of my audio, so I'm going to delete that entirely out because that's got everything in one. You know, it effectively it only has the game audio or your commentary audio. It doesn't have both because it'll only play one coming out of that format. So that's why we extract them out into the two tracks. So then I'm going to grab my first extracted audio track and add that in there. And of course you've got a split here. Video is above it, audio is below it. Make sure you keep that in mind when you're dragging and dropping. For instance, I couldn't drag it up here, but I can drop it down here as another audio track. So now I've got two video tracks here. One is my intro that leads into my gameplay, and for audio I have my intros music, which then goes into these two tracks. So if we were to click here a little head, you can drag the playhead, click the playhead over to here.
Hey everybody, this is Paradox J7.
And as you notice, my commentary is really low and the game video is really high. So as of right now, I'm not quite sure which is which, so I'm going to solo one of them. That's my commentary, and this is the game. So that's loud. So I'm going to bring it back to the beginning of it. I'm going to hold shift so that it'll snap my playhead when it gets to the beginning of one of these tracks. And now I'm at the beginning of the track. So this is the one I have selected right now, is the gameplay. So I'm going to go back over to my effects controls, my volume, create a keyframe here, and I'm going to bring it down a lot. So maybe 20-ish. Now let's play through it.
Hey everybody, this is Paradox.
Much better. But I also want my commentary to come up a little bit. So I'm going to bring that back to here, select my commentary, go to go to effects, Oh, I didn't select it. There we go. Create a keyframe here and bring my audio up, maybe 6. So now let's play through that.
Hey everybody, this is Paradox J7.
Much better. So I can then kind of pan through, see what happens in here. If there's any places I want to cut, I can select them and extract them out, lift them. I don't think there's anything in this one I want to extract or lift out, but let's see how the ending is. A lot of times the beginning and the ending are the only two things I have to really mess with. So here I said thanks guys, but I let it drift off, so I'm gonna probably end it.
Another swing at it in the next episode. Thanks guys.
So I'm gonna end it there. So what I'm gonna do is select all 3 of these tracks, grip the ending, bring it up to the playhead, which is where I want to end it. Click off. So now if I play through,
swing at it in the next episode. Thanks guys.
Awesome. So now I'm going to go back over to my project file, and I'm going to grab my still, put that up here in the video area, and
thanks guys.
Now you'll get this. So I already have a pre-recorded outro audio that I forgot to add, so I'm going to double click in here and go find that. So I go to my audio. I think I recorded it during my Portal episode here. So let me bring this down into one of my audio tracks. I want this to be displayed as long as I'm talking, so let's bring that out to the end of there. And we'll see how this goes.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, let us know by clicking the like button. And be sure to subscribe so we can let you know about future episodes.
There you go. So this one's pretty close to done as far as I'm concerned. There wasn't a whole lot I needed to do to it.
Hey everybody, this is Paradox J77, and today we're going to try this game Emily Wants to Play.
So I can scroll through, we can pan. While I'm in here, I may grab a screenshot or two for, let me click here, grab, maybe call this demo thumbnail. Probably spell it right sometime. I'm going to save that into my game screens. I can import it back into this project, but I have no need to. So I'm going to do that. So that later I have this. This is not the one I would use, but for instance, this is the one I'd laid my images over and make my thumbnail out of. You can grab, as many screens as you want out of here and have some candidates for the thumbnails. The other thing I wanted to show you guys then is the overlay. So let's go back to the beginning. And I'm going to grab my overlay, or my face cam overlay. So I bring down, here's another video track. Make sure it's above the gameplay. When I click onto it, let's move the playhead into it. You can see that there it is. You double click on it, and you can change its properties. You can make it bigger, smaller. You can rotate it. I believe you can rotate it. Yeah. So if we want to get goofy with it, you can throw it over here. You can shrink it down. Let's just do it like that. And you'll notice that then when it's playing.
Hey everybody, this is Paradox J77, and today we're going to try this game Emily Wants to Play.
Now, one thing I will mention about this is it doesn't always sync up, because depending on when I hit my hotkeys, sometimes I'm a little off. If that's the case, you just zoom in, go back over here, and you can, drag this guy to ahead or behind a little to sync it up. And you can tell just by playing through it a few times, generally, when it's on and when it needs to go before, earlier or after.
This is Paradox.
So for instance, if it was off a little bit, you'd notice. And you'd know it had to be adjusted.
Hey everybody, this is Paradox J77, and today we're going to try this game Emily Wants to Play.
Actually, that one's not off too bad. It looks like it's got a lot of leeway in how far off it could be.
Hey everybody.
That's noticeable.
J77, and
So in that case, then you would know you had to line it back up.
So, I've heard a lot about it. It's supposed to be spooky. We're going to give it a
Now we're back on key. So let's zoom out a little bit, make sure that the ending of this lines up okay. We may have to do some cutting on it. And as I suspected we do. So it gets near the end. Make sure that this lines up. Ah! Yep, those seem to line up. I get to here.
Whew. I'll take another swing at it in the next episode. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
And that, of course, I don't want this to show up during that. So let's bring our playhead back, hold shift. And I'm going to just snug this guy up so that that disappears.
Although I guess I should have expected all
as we go into the entry. Or as we go into the
I'll take another swing at
exit.
it in the next episode. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, let us know by clicking the like button. And be sure to subscribe so we can let you know about future episodes.
So that's pretty much all I would do for this video. So now I would save it. And then I would export it. I would change its name. So let's call this just demo.mp4. Save it. And then I could either export it right now, or I could queue it up for later. So I'll start the export process just so you can see where it starts. And that's where I'll leave you. So again, if I hope this helped you out. If you have anything that will help me out, if there's anything that you think that I'm doing inefficiently, wrong, or could just be doing better, then let me know in the comments below. If not, well, just hit the like button or show a friend or two. All right? Thanks a lot. Bye.